Hello Capricorn, it's Ashley. How are you? We're going to do your reading for the week of December 6th. This one's going to be a little bit different in that when I look at the past position here, I'm going to look at that eclipse that we had last week in Sagittarius. So I feel like I wanted to just kind of get a glimpse using that Monology deck of what that specific eclipse was kind of empowering within you, or, you know, kind of dredging up for you. Now, if you haven't seen your eclipse bonus, that is in the bonus playlist on the channel. So I did one for each of the zodiac signs. If you want to check that out, that'll give a much bigger picture of eclipse season for you. But since I took the week off last week, I didn't upload. I kind of wanted to get a deeper look at that first week of December. So we're going to consider this the first week of I keep saying December. I did that in another reading. This will be the week of the 6th and then the week after. So let's kind of just get a general idea of what's going on for you, Capricorn. Definitely some seriously powerful energy for you, I feel like. I feel like you've perhaps stepped into like almost like a stubborn, powerful energy, but not like in a bad way. I don't mean like stubborn as in a negative connotation here. It's probably not the best word. But I think you've got your sights set on something here and you're going for it, and come hell or high water kind of feeling here. Definitely stepping into some power. So let's see. We have the 5 of Swords, the King of Cups, and the Hermit, Temperance, the Queen of Cups, and the World, the 7 of Pentacles, the 6 of Pentacles, and the Emperor. Bottom of the deck, we have the 10 of Wands. So definitely some sort of difficult ending, you know, some burden you're laying down here. You've come to the end of some kind of very difficult cycle. And as I'm kind of holding this up for the camera, I'm looking in the screen of the camera, the little screen, and I'm really noticing this moon. So I do feel like this moon in particular was like you kind of putting your foot down on closing something out here. And it looks to me like I feel like you've had quite the fuse with regard to this situation, whatever this is for you. I feel like you've been insanely patient, and you've put in a lot of time and work and effort into this, and I feel like you've approached it from a very mature standpoint here, very balanced standpoint. But I feel like perhaps if you were dealing with a work situation or a partner here, they were not approaching it with that same patient energy. And I feel like as strong as your patience was in this situation, now that you have like sliced it out, you are being very strong in that as well. So very heavy fixed energy here. It says fixed moon. You can see how that moon is just like hardcore sliced. which is interesting because a lot of times you can still see kind of like the shadow of the moon when you look into the night sky, and it's there, but it is like barely there, right? So it's like you've cut something, I feel. Now, fixed moon is like, it's a moon that is happening in one of the fixed signs. So you could certainly be dealing with a Scorpio, Aquarius, Taurus, Leo here. But I think more so what I'm getting from this is that you have approached this with a very determined energy. And it could be because we have just left Scorpio season, right? And Scorpio is a fixed sign, but it's also very decisive. So when we kind of get into that Scorpio energy, regardless of what your sign is, we're stepping into a very determined energy, decisive. And that's kind of what I feel like has come through here for you during this eclipse. Let's get some more detail on what this might have been for you, Capricorn. All right, Five of Swords. Look at that. Queen of Swords, man. She's cutting it out. Slice. That's exactly the energy I'm talking about. Like decisive and done, right? Could have been dealing with a fire sign here. Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Perhaps with it coming in with that Five of Swords, it could have been a pretty brutal conversation. Could have been a pretty brutal conflict that came up between you and this person. That could also be your energy here, where you're coming in as that King of Wands and the Queen of Swords. So it is not only a very decisive energy, there's a lot of passion and fire involved here. Like you're serious, like dead serious here is kind of what I'm feeling here. We do have Sagittarius showing up with Temperance, so that could be someone you're dealing with. With Temperance, we have the Four of Wands and the Queen of Wands. With the Seven of Pentacles, we are getting the Ace of Cups and the Strength card. So definitely strong fire Leo showing up here, Sagittarius and Leo in particular. I feel like you had to be very strong here. I feel like perhaps you were waiting for a new beginning in a union here. Could have been with an air sign or a fire sign. Doesn't have to be. But I feel like it really was a test of your strength and patience. And I feel like you tried to approach this in a very non-confrontational way while still standing in your own power here. But I think what this moon brought up for you in particular was more ease in stepping into that decisive action, decisive, determined energy here. Because I feel like you spent quite a bit of time waiting for this coming together. Could be twin flame energy here with the King and Queen of Wands, the 1111 card, and Temperance showing up. Those are big signifiers for me for a twin flame dynamic. If that's not your story, just take what resonates and leave the rest. But either way, I do feel like this was a relationship situation. And I feel like ultimately, after a period of time of waiting for this union to happen, waiting for this new beginning in love with this person, there was a conflict that came up and you nipped it in the bud. You were like, and done waiting. Offers off the table. This is finished. So, very strong energy. We also have the King and Queen of Cups here. We have the Emperor showing up. So, if we get the Empress, I would say this is no doubt a twin flame reading here, which is interesting because one of the bonus readings I've been feeling called to do is a twin flame reading, which I will still be doing, but we'll see what comes up. In the present moment, so the week of December 6th, we have power over difficulty, reclaiming your power, right? Like stepping into your ultimate badass self here. But, and again, I don't feel like it's in a way that is full of conflict or anger or whatever. I do feel like there could have been some sharp words here during this conflict, but I think like your assumption of your power here, it doesn't even need words. Like it is so strong, it can be felt, right? It's like this ripple effect. You step into your power and everybody knows it. It's not like a question that needs to be asked, right? So we have the King of Cups, the Queen of Cups, and the Six of Pentacles. Definitely this lovely balancing of your inner masculine and feminine here. Regardless of if you're dealing with a relationship or not, I feel like you have really brought those scales into balance. Definitely some deep intuition and emotion here. I feel like if you are dealing with a counterpart here, there's a lot of love. There's a lot of love between the two of you, but it could be that, you know, these scales haven't been balanced in the past. You know, with that Seven of Pentacles coming up, and I feel like that was your energy of putting in the time and effort and just waiting for the harvest. I don't feel like they were doing that. And so the scales have not been balanced up to this point. So let's see what's going on with this. If we can get some more detail here. I really love your energy right here. It feels fantastic. And I think that one thing I want to point out before we go any further is that with this level of intense energy, of you stepping into your power, your masculine and feminine aspects of yourself being in line with one another, there's no stopping you when that happens. Manifestations will be off the charts. Connection to higher self will be off the charts. And we also see that here with the strong water component coming in. So, you know, when you step into this week and you are experiencing this personal power within yourself, I want you to pay attention to what that feels like. Because, you know, we can step into our power and then fall off again, right? I mean, we're humans. We have learning to do. We make mistakes. We have doubts that creep up, whatever, right? That kind of throw us out of alignment. But I want you to remember what this feels like, because you'll know when you get back to it. It's a sensation that is not easily forgotten. And so pay attention to that. With the King of Cups, we have the Ten of Swords. What did I say about that Empress? Here she is. With the Queen of Cups, we have the Five of Cups and the Ace of Wands. And with the Six of Pentacles, we have the Three of Swords and the Hermit, which also shows up again in this future position. So, for one, I feel like the masculine in this situation is recognizing that his feminine has just cut him out, has cut him off. And I feel like he's perhaps even beginning to recognize that he's got some pretty strong feelings for this feminine here. Perhaps that he didn't recognize or that he didn't let show in the past to the extent that they actually exist within him, if that makes sense. So I think that you've definitely cut out a relationship dynamic where there was a stagnation in growth. It wasn't going anywhere. You were waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. And I feel like you were definitely dealing with an immature energy here. Somebody that had not stepped into their own power as of yet. And so I do feel like the feminine here, the Empress, whoever's embodying that feminine energy, has definitely stepped into their power. Their inner masculine and feminine are in alignment. The intuition was to put this to an end, and the masculine aspect of yourself took that action. It is not without regret. I don't feel like this is something you wanted to do. It's like you knew you had to, right? And I do feel like the feminine in this dynamic has suffered greatly when it comes to, I wanted to say betrayal, regret, pain, sadness, heartbreak, breadcrumbing, just complete BS behavior, right? And I do feel like there is a new beginning here for that feminine that is coming in here. New powerful beginning. That fire energy is definitely raging within this feminine. I feel like with this Hermit, the Three of Swords, and the Six of Pentacles, I think it took some time to really deeply reflect on personal worth here, self-worth, accepting of less than what you were worth was definitely happening. Just you waiting for this person to get it together, right, was you kind of expressing in an energetic sense that you weren't worth it being here right now, right? Like, because you were willing to wait for this person to figure it out. So I think you're figuring that out now as you are kind of stepping into this power. And I don't think you're messing around here. It's a very strong energy. I also want to point out that we have the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Cups, and the Empress. Very powerful feminine energy showing up here. I feel like so far the masculine in this dynamic is making progress here. It's just been slow. We have the Emperor coming in this future position. We have the King of Wands and the King of Cups. So far, what I can see is that this masculine in this dynamic, in a relationship twin flame dynamic, is lacking stability and perhaps even clarity, perhaps even communication, solid logic, right? I think this person's a bit unstable at this time. When we get that water-fire mix between these two kings, Could be flighty, could be hiding those emotions. Maybe he hasn't figured out how to deal with them. Could just be this freedom lover that's not ready to commit. So I feel like that speaks to what's going on here. Now, with the Queen of Pentacles not yet showing up, I feel like that Empress really kind of takes that resourceful, nurturing, abundant energy for that Queen of Pentacles. But with that Queen of Pentacles not showing up for the feminine here, it could be that, you know, you're not quite to a stable place yet either. And I feel like it could be because, you know, this has been unstable, right? So I feel like that's coming for you. Let's see what we have in the future position. It says Peacekeeper. Let go of the need to be right. So could be some interesting conversations coming in here. I want to say maybe that this person might be feeling like having another ego battle as like what happened in the past. But I will say with the Hermit, the World, and the Emperor here, if there's a conversation coming in the near future, I feel like it's been thought about a lot. There's been a lot of reflection that has happened before that conversation takes place. Perhaps about the lack of balance here, the pain that has been caused. There is a clear cycle coming to a close here. So let's see what this is about. And I also want to point out that on this card we have that white bison. I almost called it a buffalo. I know that's not what it is. It's a bison. But symbolically, a white bison is a very rare gift from the gods, right? And so I do feel like this person, this masculine perhaps, is beginning to recognize what a gift this counterpart dynamic is. You know, even if it has been very difficult up to this point, I feel like they're beginning to see how they've contributed to perhaps some sneaky toxic behavior here, and that you are their person. So let's see, Hermit. We have the Six of Swords. I think it took a lot of thought to move on from this. I don't feel like this person is enjoying the fact that you have moved on, that you've closed this out. It's caused a lot of uproar in this person. With the World, we have the Eight of Swords. Yeah, you're done being stuck. Done waiting, feeling stuck about this. And you're ready for justice here. So, and I mean like karmic justice here. It's like, it's their turn to figure their stuff out. And I think that in the meantime, you're moving on. You're going to do your thing, right? And live in an empowered state within yourself. With the Emperor, we have the Nine of Cups and the Sun. So again, some strong Leo showing up here. Aries, a lot of fire in this reading. We also have strong Virgo here. I feel like this person is potentially coming in to make some amends and some apologies for having kept you in a holding pattern here, waiting for them. And I do feel like, again, this person is beginning to figure out that you are their dream come true. You're their rare white bison. You are their gift from the universe. So I do feel like this person is perhaps going to take some time and get into a happier place within themselves. I'm not seeing union here. I think what has happened here is the feminine has decided to move forward without this masculine, and at this juncture he has some work to do, right? Not that the work ever ends for either counterpart, but I do feel like this person has some work to do. But I do feel like the cycle that has ended is this stuck karmic aspect of the relationship. So I feel like if, you know, the two of you come together for lifetimes, there's definitely been some karma that needed burned off, and I do feel like with respect to the feminine here, that is complete. So wanted to further clarify the Emperor. We have the Lovers here. Yeah, he's figuring it out. And feeling kicked out. So it could very well be that the feminine here is stepping into her power and is closing off the perhaps this runner-chaser dynamic, and that's immediately going to tug on the cord for this masculine. And now it could very well be that he goes into a chaser mode as he begins to explore this new enlightened understanding of what this dynamic is, right? It's like he's figured out that you are the one. You're his twin. So, but hey, progress, right? Either way, Capricorn, I feel like you are moving into a very powerful aspect of this life here. Stepped into your power. I think that there's good things to come here. And of course, more healing. You know, we still have this sadness with having had to nip this in the bud, right? So I do feel like there's healing and abundance coming in for you. Woo! I hope you found that helpful. Definitely keep an eye out for the next twin flame reading. I'm going to do a bonus. This ended up turning into a strong twin flame reading. But I'll be doing another one for all of the signs. So it'll be interesting to see if anything has shifted by the time I do the Capricorn twin flame reading. So hit that notification bell, make sure to be notified when that comes out. And I hope you have a great week. I'll see you next time. Bye.